that it is a choice. You cannot transfer to someone who doesn't feel the need to be happy. So to the younger ones, I will always encourage them not to be swayed by what they see. Rather focus on what their purpose, their calling is, so that they would not dwell on what others are doing and they're missing out on what they're actually supposed to do.
Welcome to another edition of the Nimasa Podcasts. And on this edition, we'll be discussing a very important, conversation talking about happiness. The United Nations has designated March 20 every year, as International Day of Happiness. Yes, you heard that right, happiness. And the theme for this year is social media and happiness. And on this edition with me to have a conversation on this podcast is Mrs. Obiageli Chuma-Ugbo. She is an assistant director in the public relations unit of Nimasa. Mrs. Obiageli, you are welcome.
Thank you so much, Femi. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So now, International Day of Happiness. It sounds like, can there be a day of happiness, really? So I'll start by asking you, what is happiness? To you, what does happiness mean?
Happiness is a state. It is an internal state of well-being, that you are satisfied with yourself, you are satisfied with your environment, you are satisfied with everything around you. That is happiness. It does not necessarily mean things are okay. It does not necessarily mean that everything is sitting well, but it's a choice, it's a decision to be at peace with everything going on around you. That's what I understand happiness to mean.
So happiness. So can I ask this question? Now, can happiness, is it transferable? Is it possible to make somebody happy?
I said earlier
yes,
that it is a choice. You cannot transfer to someone who doesn't feel the need to be happy. But the only thing you can bring to the table is a positive energy. You can be happy and make someone who is sitting next to you or in the same room with you to also be happy, but not necessarily transfer the happiness you feel or you have with someone else. That is not possible.
Okay, fine. So I'm of the school of thought that happiness can be innate, like you rightly said. I can be happy, and I might not necessarily be responsible for someone else's happiness if the person is not happy, right? Some people are naturally, let me use a word. Let me give you the example now. Maybe, have you ever found yourself around someone that's, has this kind of excitement, and then it has a way of rubbing off on you? How does it feel?
Precisely. That's exactly what I said. I said that when you have someone with a positive vibe or positive energy, there's no way it will not rub off on you, But it is not to say that one can transfer your joy or happiness to another person.
Good.
But you can influence whoever is around you with your happiness, or your positive, energy. That's just it.
Okay, so I'll ask you this very important question right now. Can people be happy? Just happy? I just wake up, I'm just happy. We have challenges, we have things we are worried about, So seeing this International Happiness Day, and I'm wondering, that means the entire world is expected to be happy today. Can it actually happen that the entire world is happy? Everybody's happy?
It should be a daily thing. It's not just a particular. It shouldn't be something that you call out a day to say it's a day of happiness. It should be a daily practice or a daily thing, because there are things you don't have control over. Like I said, it's not like everything is sitting well.
Yeah.
But you have decided, it's a choice, that you would be happy regardless of whatever it is or you feel, because you have so many reasons to be happy. We have so many reasons. When you wake up
in the morning,
you are alive.
Yes.
You should be happy for that. If you are healthy, you should be happy for that. Even if you're ill, that you're alive is also a reason for you to be happy, because you have faith or believe that you will get well. So you must understand what life is all about. It's not about what we have in our pockets or what we do not have. The fact that you are alive and well, it's enough for you.
Spark some hope.
Yes, it's enough for you to be happy.
Okay, let's delve into the theme for this year's happiness. The social media and happiness. Now it sounds, I don't know if it's contradicting, right? Because social media is a place whereby there is a lot of competition. You see some people fake happiness, they say, on social media, and that has pushed some people into some unnecessary competition or pressure, rather. What do you have to say about this to people?
Social media has its own positive and negative side, and this is one of the downside of social media. And if you ever believe everything you see on social media, then you have a problem, because nobody goes to church or mosque in tattered robes.
True.
You come out in your Christmas outfit, your best outfit.
Yes.
So if you go on social media and display what you want people to believe, I call it make believe. So if you go out there and make people believe that you are happy, that does not necessarily mean you are happy. You understand? So if truly people are happy, why do we still have people committing suicide? People who do all sorts, to take their lives and all that. So it's not, the social media can present a different picture or narrative. You on your own would decide what to do with your own life, to have a sense of fulfillment and contentment in what you have, and that should drive your happiness.
You are going to work in the morning, Mrs. Obi, and then for some reasons, maybe you just get on the wrong lane, and then last month just came and accosted you. And of course, that can actually ruin your whole day. Can you still remain happy that day?
Whilst you might not be happy, it's a momentary thing.
Yeah.
At the moment, you would be thrown off balance. You understand? At the spur of the moment, you'll be thrown off balance because of the situation you're faced with. But it's not something that you will now dwell on. It's not. You can't help it. You have been caught on the wrong side of the law. You just have to attend to that and then move on with your life. You won't remain there. You won't soak everything in you into that particular situation. Mind you, happiness is not about a perfect situation. It's finding contentment. Is finding contentment, even, and joy, peace, being at peace. Haven't you noticed that there are people that, when you hear their stories, you will now be saying,
thank God for.
Why would this person be laughing? Why would this person be smiling?
True.
But the person had, grown over whatever situation life has presented to him or her. You understand? So it's not for you to now say, because last month caught me, then my whole day is ruined, my entire life is ruined, and all that. It's not the end of life. So you have to still be happy.
Okay, so you said something about, amongst the colleagues in the office, you said something about interpersonal relationship, which is very, very important in our everyday life to even keep us happy.
Yes.
But you would agree with me that there are some people that naturally, they are naturally bitter. And if you're not careful around them, it can rub off on you. How do you, and if you have these people work in your workspace or in your neighborhood or anywhere, how do you, I don't know, you can't avoid them. How do you now manage to ensure that in trying to also relate with them, you're able to keep your own sanity and then maintain some level of happiness? How do you do that?
Femi, you see, there is no one that is made to be bitter. People go through stuff. A lot of people are going through so much.
Okay.
It's only when they share their stories,
yes.
their challenges, their life challenges with you, that you begin to see life from the other side. You are seeing life from the positive side. Maybe because of your upbringing, maybe because of the family you come from, maybe because of so many things. And like I said, a choice. These people might also be going through certain things, and they do not have people to open up to, or share their concerns with, or their challenges with. So you owe them that opportunity to listen. You warm up to them and find out ways you can help them. There are so many cases like that, even in the agency, that by showing them love, extending warm arms of fellowship to them,
They're able to come
they
around.
they yes they begin to smile. You find out that they begin to smile and enjoy, in the laughter and all that we share in the units. So it's something that one can take as a responsibility, to find out why is this person really, really bitter, and you can actually be a help
Okay.
to such people.
Okay. There are many people out there, they are living that fake life due to social media pressure, right? They've seen their friend, I can be in Nigeria and take a picture and pose as if I'm in France, and then put it somewhere and say, oh, I say, big boy, big girl, and all that. Now, what's your advice, especially to the Gen Zs out there? I guess they are really out for lots of competition. There's a lot of competition among all of them, and they're the younger ones, the younger generation. I would say they're the future of our country, right, and of the world generally. What do you have to say to them in order to maintain some level of sanity and then be happy instead of competing?
The question I will ask is, what does life mean to you? What's your purpose? Contentment is a virtue. So if you are not contented with the little you have, even if you have the whole world, you will still not be contented. So if your purpose in life is to follow a particular path, and you have chosen to look at someone who has presented him or herself to be doing extremely well on social media, is also your choice. So to the younger ones, I will always encourage them not to be swayed by what they see. Rather focus on what their purpose, their calling is, so that they would not dwell on what others are doing and they're missing out on what they're actually supposed to do. Happiness, fulfillment does not come in flashy houses, in flashy cars. You understand? So we can be contented without really living in the clouds. We can still be contented.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nice speaking with you on this special edition on International Day of Happiness. So to our listeners out there, just ask the question, what's your value? What's your purpose? And I ask you, what are you living for? Why the competition? You can stay happy. Once you embrace contentment, then you can remain happy. So it's us from Nimasa wishing you a happy International Happiness Day. Be happy, be contented, and have a purpose. Don't compete with people, especially those on social media, trying to do what my friend is doing. My friend is doing this, my friend is doing that. Do not put yourself in trouble because you want to, please the entire world. So a word to say is enough for the wise. So to wrap on this segment, my name is Femi Kumuyi. I remain your host. Thank you and see you again. Bye.